Hey guys, it's Joe, and in this video I'll be discussing harmony. Harmony is the relationship between notes, how they work together, and how they can be used with each other. This is an extension to my last video, as I'll be talking a lot about scales and keys, except far more in depth about how the notes work together and how they create melodies and chords. So in my last video I explained how a basic triad chord is constructed, which is the root, third and fifth note in the scale, so I'll extend on that to begin with. Those chords will be your basic major and minor chords, but there'll also be major and minor 6th, 7th, 9th and even 13th chords. It will all be along the same principles, so if we're in the key of C major and you play a basic C major chord of C, E and G, which are the root, third and fifth, and then we'll just play the root along with the 6th. So that's a major 6th chord. You can of course include the third and fifth in that as well, so you can have your C and E, then add the 6th, or your 5th, and they're all major 6th chords. This is where it can get a little confusing because those two notes played together are also an A minor chord because it's an A and a C. So we have our C here, and our A, and then if we raise the C by an octave and play our A, it's the start of our A minor triad. This is technically known as an inversion because you have one chord but the notes are actually the same as another. So one of the reasons you would choose a 6th or 7th chord over a standard triad is because notes in the triad may clash with notes in your melody or other parts of your song. Likewise, a 6th or 7th may clash, whereas a triad would work just fine. That being said, it can be better to change your melody than your chords, as they are the foundation of your song. But this is just if you've written a really great melody that you don't want to change, this could be the solution. Now I'll be explaining the relationship between notes in a scale. So I've previously explained that there are 3 notes between the root note and a minor third, and 4 semitones for a major third. Now I'll be explaining the rest. So starting from the lowest and working up, 1 semitone is a minor second, 2 semitones is a major second, 3 minor third, 4 major third, 5 perfect fourth, 6th flat fifth or diminished fifth, 7th perfect fifth, 8 minor 6th, 9 major 6th, 10 minor 7th, 11 major 7th, and 12 is an octave. So as you can see, the major and minors are alternating apart from 5, 6 and 7 semitones. So firstly, the second note in a minor scale is technically a major second because there are 2 semitones between that and the root. But the way a minor is actually defined is by 1 semitone. I also mentioned the perfect fourth and fifth, and these are a bit different as these can be played from any note and it won't define the tone of the chord as major or minor as it sounds neutral. So you can't really go wrong with these notes because if a perfect fourth or fifth is played, it should work with the rest of the melody. You also want to avoid the diminished fifth unless you're playing jazz, metal or prog. So here I've just made 2 short melodies focusing around the major thirds, 6ths and 7ths. The first melody is in C major and then the second is in C minor, following the same pattern. So here we have the major melody. And here we have the minor melody. So these melodies are both the same, except they're just following the different patterns from the major and minor scales. If you've written a melody and it sounds either too happy in major or too sad in minor, it won't necessarily be because of the relationship between the root note and the notes in your melody. It will most likely be because of the notes before and after one another. So in your melody, if you're in C major and you want a nice, bright and happy melody over your major chords and it doesn't sound right, it will be because the notes in your melody have a minor relationship with one another. So the notes will be 1, 3, 8 or 10 semitones apart from one another, and to fix that you will want to change the notes so that the semitone differences were 2, 4, 9 or 11, so it would have a major feel to it. I don't mean move the notes by 1 or 2 semitones to force a major or minor relationship, I mean move the notes around by quite a lot and then fix the relationships that way. Of course the 4th and 5th would be fine where they are as they don't define the melody's tone. Harmony is an essential part of music theory to get your head around to help you develop melodies and chords. I hope you found this video useful, and if you have any questions please leave a comment or contact me via my website. Thanks a lot for watching, cheers.